Okay, morning folks. Welcome to the briefing on Saturday the 21st. Start of the comp as well. As you can see, we've been watching this for the last 24 hours, these frontal systems, and it really is sort of how that's going to play out today will depend whether we either get a comp day or not, or manage to get flying. This is the predicted midday chart with the frontal systems going across us, and at the moment they seem to be a bit ahead of that, but it's really what's sort of coming behind it, and hopefully not filling in too much, or this little chap here following on behind. We'll see how that plays out with some of the data in a second or two. So you can see that the isobars fairly well spaced apart. It's a light southerly drift this morning before the rain gets here, but after we get the fronts clearing through, winds pick up a little bit southerly for the day. So what are the TAFs saying? Well, Farnborough suggesting 125 knots and sometime between 8 and 9 rain, and then between sort of 9 and 15, 7,000 meter showers and rain broken at 1,000 feet. Changing all the time. It's all about the timing of that front passing through us. The BBC was suggesting it's sort of thinning out and stringing out and dying out as the day goes on, and then late afternoon it's really sat over East Anglia. So we'll keep an eye on the forecast and the Farnborough TAF here, see what they've got to say, but it really is about this timing here, whether it gets through us before early afternoon or late afternoon. Winds, I think, as I say, light before the front comes through, and then after the front comes through, probably southerly 15 knots or so. Not particularly strong, getting a bit fresh late evening, 20 knots probably by sort of 7, 8 o'clock, and then beginning to go northwesterly as the front completely clears through, and northwesterly tomorrow. Sat pick, gone for the infrared sat because that shows this trailing line of cloud and where the rain is really sat, and what we're interested in and what's behind here. That'll come through, and hopefully that won't fill in as the day goes on. You can see from the rainfall radar, in theory the rain's over us, but it isn't really raining out there yet, and we're keeping an eye on this area here, whether it's going to start filling in there or whether that'll be our clearance for later on. Temperature wise, I predicted 21 degrees yesterday and it didn't quite get there. I think forecast is the same today, 20-21 in here. I'll work on those sort of temperatures. That's where the clearance comes through. Seems to be about right. Seems to coincide with what the BBC was suggesting this morning. And then dew points, well, they'll be high for most of the day, and they should, in theory, come back down to about 12s and 13s when the front goes through. So there's an okay temperature split, hopefully, between sort of 13 dew point and 20-21 max temperature for the day. So we hopefully will get something out of it. Looking at the soundings, 1 o'clock, it's still pretty grim here. Those lines are both together all the way up. So rain expected within there. And then by 2, 3 o'clock, getting better. And if you're optimistic, we're looking at possibly a 3,000 foot cloud base, but with spread out in places as the day goes on, and a small weather window, because by 6, 7 o'clock, it really is deteriorating again in this area here, and that's over us. So short weather window that's traveling through, and you'll see that on top meteo when we play the sort of cloud animation. it runs through. That's sort of 12 o'clock, still cloudy here, still sat under the front. And possibly by sort of 1, 2 o'clock, beginning to clear. And both Top Meteo and SkySight are showing a window out to the west of us, drifting slowly through for a couple of hours, and it'll depend on the sort of timing, really. Also the duration of that window. Hopefully it won't fill in immediately and turn to spread out, but the window lasts a couple of hours. We should be able to get a task out of it, certainly some soaring anyway, and then deteriorating back into the evening. Thermal heights there, well, they're suggesting the same as I was thinking. By 11, 12 o'clock, the rain beginning to clear, and then in the afternoon up to 900 to 1,000 meters, about 3,000 feet. And there's that window for a couple of hours. We'll need about 3 hours for the comp, in theory, to get something out of it. And then deteriorating again in the day. Most of the TAFs are also giving rain and thunderstorms across the Cotswolds up to Oxford, in that area there. So it's going to be pretty wet over Aston Down for most of the day by the looks of it. SkySight were giving a sort of predicted distance of 100, 150k. Top Meteo not really giving much at all. So it's really one of those of cling on and look out the window. Cling on to some hope for something this afternoon. Okay, airspace wise, local NOTAMs, some of the usual stuff. Number 5 is Southampton's hours of operation. 16 is Middle Wallet's active with gliding, and then you've got Salisbury Plain danger areas in there. Just no crossing service. Number 20 is Lasham, having a competition this week. And then the important ones, there's an air display and parachuting. That's number 7 and 8, down towards the south coast, just in West Sussex. There we go, parachute display at Stansted Park, West Sussex. I have no idea exactly where that is, but the parachuting is from 17:30 to 18:30, and then there's an air display from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening local time. Other ones of interest. 27 is parachuting at Abingdon, and we think that might be London Parachute School that were based at Chiltern Park, moving themselves to Abingdon for the day. So parachuting there. Again, number 28 is Marsh Gibbon, just east of Bicester. This parachuting that's taking place from 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. Apart from that, there's other gliding comps. Dunstable got a comp. Aston Down have got a competition as well. So if we do get some decent weather in the next couple of days, there will be lots of gliders floating about. Don't know what runway we're going to set up on, but it looks southeasterly at the moment, and that might be a 09 operation for the day. We'll brief on that if and when we get out there when it stops raining, folks. Okay, see you later.